Hello, people. Welcome back to the Blair Witch playthrough. I'm your host, Chad Marco. This is episode 3, I believe. So far, I feel kind of meh about this game, and I think one of the reasons is just that I'm really not a big fan of survival horror games that don't have combat. And even though this game has a SWAT team level flashlight action, that's not really that's not really to my liking. You know, let's be honest. Fucking Luigi's Mansion has better combat than this game, but this isn't a combat focused survival horror game. Fine. But I think also it feels kind of linear, like I'm just being dragged along. I mean, it's just kind of meh right now, but it's still, I guess it's early in the game, so I can't really be too critical of it at this point.
What is it, boy?
Just
Anything wrong?
trying to give you guys
It looks like someone left
basic
the
summary of
house.
how I feel about the game thus far. It's just kind of meh right now. Hopefully it gets better. The burial.
It's him. Buried something
I'm gonna
there.
call him the stick man.
Let's find it, buddy.
That's a cool name, the stick man. Everybody knows the stick man comes out at 3 a.m. That dog is fucking terrified.
Easy, boy. Easy.
Let's relax him. Pet the dog.
I know.
He won't pet the dog. Why do I have this camera out? More voodoo shit?
This thing again. No, it's a different one. Someone had too much time on their hands.
So today, I finally went. Oh, wait a minute. Voodoo shit.
Better now, bullet?
Oh, he doesn't like that. Marius. That's an ugly name. But I finally went and watched the second Blair Witch movie, Book of Shadows.
Looks the same, but older. A lot older. Oh, this doesn't make any sense.
I went and watched Book of Shadows, and the second Blair Witch movie is notorious for being much worse than the first movie. The first movie was a instant hit, classic, national phenomenon. It was just it was a huge deal. And the second movie was garbage juice. So I finally watched the second one today, and it definitely lives up to its reputation. It's not a good movie. Let me see if I can find. This is the camcorder, right? How do I go through the tapes? Oh, well, there's something right here. Counseling. Dog man, moose man. Is that me? All right, where's the tapes? How do I get to the tapes? Night vision. Okay, the burial. All right, so it's in front of some sort of like big rock slab thing. Um, um, okay. the game just the game just shut down. Okay, whatever. We'll start from where we were. Sorry about that, but I'll go ahead and tell you guys. I went ahead and watched the second Blair Witch movie, and it was bad. So the movie starts off after the events of the first movie, or rather, after the first movie is released. The beginning of the movie is sort of playing off of the real life popularity and interest in the Blair Witch movie when it was released. They show like people reacting to the movie. They show news clip they just show various like TV personalities like MTV and whatnot reacting to the release of the movie, right? And so from there, they're telling the viewer that people are going to the locations where the first movie was filmed, because they want to hunt down the witch or try to find the witch or something like that, right? So the main character in the movie is a guy who lives in the area where the first movie was filmed. So he gets the idea to try to profit off of the popularity of the movie by selling like fake voodoo shit, but also doing this tour guide through the woods where the movie was filmed. So he takes this group into the woods because they want to explore the woods where the movie took place, right? And so they go to the woods and they run into another tour group because apparently there were other people who had the same idea. So they ran into another tour group who were doing the exact same thing. And at first they kind of collided and bumped heads a bit, but then they kind of went their same way. I mean, they went their separate ways. So they set up a campsite. They set up a campsite
Easy, boy, easy.
and they have this little party. They get to drinking, they start smoking and just chilling, getting to know each other and whatnot. And then they black out. So they wake up
Looks the same.
the next day wondering what the hell happened. They wake up and the research papers of one of the guys in the tour group is torn all up and scattered around the campsite. The video equipment is all broken up and fucked up. And one of the girls ends up having a miscarriage because she was pregnant, and she woke up like bleeding, and it turns out she had a miscarriage. So they rushed her to the hospital, and while they're at the hospital, they find out that the other tour group, they got murdered while they were sleeping at their campsite. So of course they're sitting there wondering like, what the fuck happened while we were blacked out. This is the burial, right? Yeah. So they were wondering what happened while they were blacked out. So they go to the house of the guy who set up the tour guide, and they start going over the tapes. And while they're going over the tapes, they start hallucinating and having these visions. And as the viewer, it's kind of hard to know or tell what's real and what's fake, because the movie is really kind of all over the place and tries to do like the whole ambiguous horror type of thing where you don't really know what's happening and what's not, because again the characters, they're hallucinating and seeing shit. Didn't I read this? Oh yeah, okay, I read that last night. Okay. But long story short, it turns out that when they went to the Blair Witch Woods and blacked out, they were under the spell of the witch. And the witch controlled them and caused them to commit this ritualistic murder of the other tour group, the other tour guide group. So it turns out that it was them that killed the other group, but they didn't remember it because they were under the spell of the witch while they did it. And they also ended up killing two of the girls within their group because they were hallucinating and they suspected they were kind of becoming suspicious of each other, thinking that somebody within the group was a witch and causing them to have those hallucinations and causing the weird things to happen around them. And so they end up getting arrested and getting shown the footage of them committing the murders and shit like that, and they don't remember it at all. And that's basically the whole movie. Spoiler alert. I mean, it sounds rather simple now that I go over it like that. But the movie, don't get me wrong, the movie is bad. It's a bad movie. Let me see. Oh, what's this? Another photo.
This again.
Mara. Yeah, the movie is really bad. It's rated a 4 on IMDb. I think it's more like a 2.5. It's really a bad movie. But I didn't know that the girl, one of the girls from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake was in the movie. Not Jessica Biel, but the other girl. She was really cute. Let me tell you. She was like the only good thing about that whole movie. It's always nice to have some eye candy. Wait a minute, is this it? I noticed that. I remember that flower. And he knocked this down, so I should rewind it. Oh, I'm starting to get the hang of this. Yep. Ooh. Okay, dog time.
Come here.
Do your dog thing here. I like holding this camera. It makes me feel like I'm in the first movie.
This looks like the place. Come on, what you got there, Bullet?
Is that an eyeball? Oh, it's too big to be an eyeball.
Tappy East Creek Timber. Wait, I've seen this logo before. That's where landing was going. It's worth a shot. Maybe we'll finally get some answers. Heel! Take a good long whiff, Bullet. It's important.
Imagine the smell.
Attaboy. That's it. Take me to it. What's this? Looks ancient. Come on, boy. Let's leave it alone.
Okay. Oh, what's this though? Another photograph. I want to get one of those cameras like that makes photos like these, where you snap it and it just comes out instantly. Those things are cool. I bet they're expensive though. Oh, what's this?
A dog tag.
Dogs of War.
What? No, that's impossible.
What's impossible?
Let's move on.
What does that say? Does that say? Am I tripping, or does that say Jewish at the bottom there? So they would put your race on the dog tag. Palmer, Alon Palmer, Alon T, some numbers, A boss, Jewish. What the hell? I never seen a real life dog tag, so I didn't know they did that. Oh, looks all mythical and shit. Is it mythical or mystical? Mystical is the rapper.
Elijah 5, come in.
Oh shit.
Elijah 5, do you copy?
I picked up the phone.
Elijah 5, this is Monarch. Do you copy?
What?
What up?
Who is this? What'd you find?
Oh, he's digging. Another dog tag.
Another one?
No, wait. Oh, okay, so I can read it like that. No preference. So let me look at the other one to make sure I wasn't tripping. Yeah, it said Jewish. So they put your race on the dog tag. But I guess that makes sense. Oh, this is super
Elijah
weird.
5, do you copy?
This is Elijah 5.
You're not real.
You're tripping balls, man. You know, now that I think about it, this kind of reminds me of the second movie. The second movie had a lot of hallucinating and seeing things that weren't there. I know there was one part where it was a guy and a girl in the kitchen. And then the girl just started giving the guy a massage and rubbing on him and then started kissing him. And then they sort of just snapped back to reality, and they were sitting at opposite ends of the table. Then there was one part where this girl, she saw this ghost, this like little ghost girl gyrating around in a dress.
It's okay, buddy. It's all gone. See?
Oh, damn. But this game is really extra with the hallucinating.
Foxtrot 1. We're surrounded, sir. There's at least 4 of them. Over.
What the hell?
Foxtrot 1, this is Monarch. Run to the next position. Avoid contact at all costs.
I'm gonna just follow the dog. I don't think I can jump there.
Elijah 5, this is Monarch. You got hostiles to the east. Head north to avoid detection. Do not engage. I repeat, do not engage. Monarch out.
Where'd the dog go? How did he get over there? I'm gonna go for it. Ah! That dog left me, man. Well, I gotta look around a little bit. You know, I feel like part of what made the second movie bad was that they were so heavy-handed with the aspect of the characters hallucinating and seeing things, because to me it made the movie just feel confusing at times. Like, it didn't really add anything in terms of like spookiness or creepiness. It just made me more confused, like, what's going on? And then again, they were jumping around at different parts of the timeline. Like, they would show them in the interrogation room in the middle of the movie at times. And again, like you can do stuff like that in a movie and it can work. But I think overall that movie just felt so sloppy with how they tried to execute things like that. You know, I think you have to be very careful when you try to make a horror movie that's very like abstract. Kind of like Jacob's Ladder. Jacob's Ladder is a good example of abstract horror where you don't always know exactly what's real and what's not. But in Jacob's Ladder, it's done very well. The movie can be kind of confusing, but it's done in a... It's done very well. It's done very well. I think a movie like Jacob's Ladder is grounded enough. It's grounded enough so you don't feel like completely lost while watching it. And I think that's the key. But I wouldn't even say I felt lost watching Blair Witch 2. More so, I just didn't give a fuck about what was going on. And them trying to do the whole abstract horror thing just made it worse. Because now I don't care and I'm confused. Let's go! This game is weird. This game is... This is honestly, this is not what I expected. Oh shit. I'm getting the hang of this flashlight fighting though. What is he looking at? Okay. Just dip out. Come on, dog. That dog teleported, bro. Oh, shit. Now's not a good time. I agree. It's going the other way. Run! What would you even be thinking at a time like this? I'm like, bro, I gotta be dreaming. Am I in Afghanistan? Dude, this game is just, it's too much now. This is just, it's too all over the place. Why am I all of a sudden in a war zone? Oh boy.
Calm down. No! You're not. No!
Oh! Is this gonna be one of those stories where it turns out I was dead the entire time? I died in Iraq or something? If I die here in this little sequence, I'm gonna just be like, what the hell? Because I feel like I'm losing it. Okay, I'm back. This guy is annoying too. He's almost as annoying as the dog.
Oh, this will never. I will never.
Hold to let go of bullet. Let go of the dog.
Okay.
I almost ran over a dog today too. Somebody's pit bull just ran across the street. And like there were like 4 kids watching too. It would have been traumatic if I didn't hit the brakes.
Good boy.
I would have traumatized those damn kids. Flashlight time, right? Yeah. What's done in the dark will come to light. After I watched the second movie, I went to the IMDb page, as I tend to do after I watch any movie. And I wanted to just learn some facts behind it. And I could have guessed this myself. But it turns out that after the first movie came out, they were in a rush to try to capitalize on the success of it. That's why the second movie came out right after it. Okay. But the thing was, the original I think the original creators of the first movie, they didn't want to rush into making the sequel. They didn't rush into wanting to make the sequel, but I think it was the production company that basically had you know
Yeah,
rights
find
over
another way.
the movie. It was their decision to go ahead and make it because they wanted to capitalize on the success of the first movie. And so the original creators behind the first movie had very little to do with the second.
See where it leads.
And that's part of the reason why it's so different and probably why it's not nearly as good. Sawmill Camp A. Let's go to Camp A. That sounds more fun. I thought you found something. Okay.
Stay close, Bullet.
Why would you tell him to stay? Ever. Another dog tag.
How the hell did they get here?
Hayward Catholic. Okay. But honestly, I kind of doubt. Hold on, let me see. You have one new voice message. How do you play voice messages? I still haven't figured out how to play voice messages. I don't know. It say voicemail. Yeah, one new voice message. I'm pressing every button. I can't play it. I'm pressing every button. I cannot play it.
You have one new message.
Okay, I found it.
Izzy, what did you do to him? It's all because of you. I knew it. I always knew you'd.
Okay, cool. But I have my doubts whether or not if the original creators of the first movie were involved, if that would have made a big enough difference. Maybe it would have, maybe it wouldn't, but I think they really captured lightning in a bottle with the first movie. I just think it's hard to follow that up. But you know, the funny thing is, the third movie is actually pretty good. The third movie, it's okay. I'll put it like that. It's okay. I think it's a respectable found footage horror movie, but you know, I'll put it like this. The thing about the Blair Witch Project is one of those movies that really doesn't need a sequel. And if you think it does, you really don't understand what the appeal of that movie is. So then you ask Marco, what is the appeal? And I think the appeal of the first movie is in everything that you don't see.
Rail cart.
The more you try to explain and flesh out what the witch is, how her powers work, if it's a her, I think that you lose the magic of what made Blair Witch what it was. And I think a big part of the magic of the movie is walking away from it and having more questions than answers. And the problem with the sequel movies is that they attempt to answer those questions. But there's never going to be a more satisfying answer as the questions that allow the viewers' imaginations to run wild with speculation and ideas.
Bullets. Up.
Railway motor car manufactured by Cuthbert Railway Workshops. Direction lever, power switch, forward, backward, brake lever. Did the dog hop on? Cool. Oh. Oh, okay. You know, it's kind of like this movie that I saw one time, right? And at the end of the movie, the main character, which is a female, she is about to be killed by being locked in a wall. And at the very end of the movie, I think is a police detective or investigator that is like really close to finding her in the wall. But the thing is, the movie ends before it's clear whether or not he finds her. So the viewer is left wondering, did the police officer find her, or did she die in that wall? And see, when I first, boom. When I first saw the movie, I was a little disappointed in that ending. But after the fact, I thought about it and I was like, you know what? Because the movie ended like that, that's part of what makes that movie so special. Cause you never know whether she got found and lived or didn't get found and died in that fucking wall. And that's what makes that ending so powerful. It's not in what you know, it's what you don't know. And I think that's the appeal of the original Blair Witch movie. It's not in what you know, it's what you don't know that makes it so amazing. Can I change the... Let me see. Oh shit. Okay, let's
First stop, buddy.
That's it?
I didn't know there was a locking renovation out here. Stopped giving out permits in the 60s. This is ancient. Too heavy to push aside.
So I guess we gotta do something in the sawmill. But you know, like I said, what makes the first movie so special is in it's in all the questions that are never answered. Now the second movie is just garbage, but but I think the third movie actually attempts to not be as ambiguous about what's going on.
It looks like some kind of a winch.
It's definitely much more in,
A way to turn it on.
it's definitely much more in your face
God, I'm so sorry.
because you actually see the like this big ghost monster like creature at one point. But see, that's why I think the third movie is just okay. It's a solid found footage horror paranormal movie. Cause you got to think, nobody wants to see another movie that's as ambiguous and cryptic as the first. You don't want that again. But if you reveal too much, then it no longer has what made the first movie special. And I think that's the ultimate trap of the Blair Witch as a potential series.
It's pretty basic, actually. First, need to ignite it, like this.
Oh, he's showing me how to do it.
Now the donkey will begin to pull. Okay, so pay attention to the pressure. You need to keep the needle in the green zone by turning this valve right here. Now, once you're done, put the fire out, and you close the pipes. I left you some notes here, in case you run into any trouble, okay?
What kind of trouble? All right, that seems easy enough. All right, now first thing we got to do is pet the dog.
Yeah, good dog. Aren't you a handsome boy?
Okay, now that that's done, let's go check out that little shack. But yeah, I think that is the Blair Witch conundrum, if you will, Arcadius. That's the Blair Witch conundrum. The more you reveal, the more you stray from what made the first movie special. But if you try to recreate what made the first movie special, inevitably you're going to fail because nobody wants to watch a movie that where nothing really happens all over again. Whistle, safety valve, pressure guards, pressure gauge, or gauge. Is it gauge or gauge? I always get that fucked up. I'll say gauge, pressure control valve, firebox. We just got a new delivery. Come to the maintenance shed to pick up the parts you wanted, Robert. Yeah, nobody wants to watch the events of the first movie over again, unless they're watching the first movie again, literally. But I'm saying, how are you going to make 3 or 4 people stuck in the woods interesting all over again? And then also have an ending that doesn't reveal any more than it's. I think that's ultimately the conundrum of the movie is just that I think it's one of those movies that truly does not need a sequel. It really doesn't.
It's a valve, but the handle's missing. Ah, the steam's escaping. Pressure's not gonna build up.
All right, so
Patch it up somehow. Come on, buddy.
all right, we gotta find some shit. I wonder if everything is here, or do I gotta go looking for it? Cause I ain't found shit. right, let's look closely around here. Okay. Got a monkey wrench. Oh, you are here. Steam donkey. Maintenance shed. Oh, I see.
The maintenance shed looks promising. Maybe there's some spare parts left.
You are here. So that means I would have to go south. Alright, let's just go straight that way then. Oh boy. Now this is kind of creepy. You know, I gotta say, I think this game has been doing itself a disservice by showing the player or making the player go to all these weird locations like that battlefield or what looked to be Afghanistan or something with the soldiers. I think all of that is really detracting from the simple fact that being lost in the woods with a flashlight and no weapons is scary enough in of itself. Like this right here is so much better than all that weird shit that was going on earlier. Okay. Yeah, all that weird shit with the monster in the leaves. That like whirlwind monster in the leaves, whatever the fuck that was, like that's not really scary. And it really is kind of goofy. Like this is spooky enough and of its, this is spooky enough. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh. Fast with a flashlight. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, I think really this game would be better if they just toned down some of the other things they have going on. Like those otherworldly locations, like just that feeling of being teleported to all these different time I don't know, like all these different places in time, like the fucking war zone, and now I'm in Afghanistan or like that's not, to me that's not necessary. I think it's really taken away from what is good and legitimately spooky about the game. Like being in the woods with a damn flashlight is spooky enough. You really don't need to do all that other shit. Oh shit. Well, I'm not gonna worry.
Fuses. Go figure.
He said ouch.
It won't work. The fuse is missing.
Okay.
Worst case scenario, we go in blind.
I'm going in raw. Illegible. Psychological report. Background summary and reasons for referral. Patient brought in by parents due to extreme panic attacks, insomnia, and sleepwalking after a traumatic experience. I advised 3 therapeutic sessions per week. During a preliminary interview, I was able to determine the following. The patient actively avoids recalling the event. He experiences vivid nightmares since the event. Possible coping mechanism. He exhibits emotional numbness, irrational aggression, and disassociation to the event. Overall, he is very nervous, possible undiagnosed anxiety neurosis. Well, that's some random shit to read in the middle of the woods. But it's that kind of game. What's a survival horror game without notes
Well, hello there.
describing random events loosely tied to the game and its story? You know, I went back and watched an Alone in the Dark playthrough. The original Alone in the Dark from like, I think, what, 1990, 1991 or something like that. Which is regarded by many to be one of the earliest survival horror games. Even coming before Resident Evil 1. And one of the interesting things about going back and watching that game is that it has a strong emphasis on notes, which have pretty much become a staple of survival horror games. You know, finding notes from people. But the notes in Alone in the Dark, some of those damn notes were long as shit. Now, I'm not quite sure because it's not like I was playing the game personally, but it seems like in Alone in the Dark, they place a strong emphasis on needing to use the notes to solve some of the more complicated puzzles in the game. Was that all I needed to do was turn on the light? You know, part of what makes this difficult, though, is that I don't have the map with me. I gave you back the map, Heather. I gave you back the map. But what was that even for?
Heel!
Let me tell him to see. Maybe he'll find something.
Look around, boy. You got nothing?
Damn. Well, what's over here? Oh, there we go.
Another one.
I feel like most of these are just collectibles. Like things that you might find 50 to 100 of them just to get a trophy. Probably not something that's actually significant or necessary for completing the game. Or maybe it's a condition necessary to get a better ending or something. Like you got to find at least 20 of the 30 voodoo stick dolls to get the best ending. I don't know. You know, a lot of times games just like to pad themselves with collectibles just to give the player extra shit to do. which is fine. You know, some players are gonna be completionists and they're gonna want to find everything. It's kind of like in Resident Evil 4, they had the Ramon dolls that you could shoot. You know, you didn't have to, but you know, it was there for the players who, you know, wanted to go ahead and complete that. So I guess that's fine. But I question the significance of some of the things that I'm finding, because I think that I could probably easily miss a lot of these, like these dog tags and shit. I probably missed a couple of things because a lot of times I just kind of go with the flow. You know, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game just came out, actually. I would love to play it, but I'm broke. A lot of people are saying that, not a lot, but I was I was looking at a thread on 4chan, and, you know, there were some people saying that the game seems a bit overpriced at $40, I believe. Which I thought was kind of weird, but then I was like, yeah, you know, because, I mean, I don't think that's overpriced, but I can see what they mean, because it's obvious. It's obvious that the game is going to come out without a lot of content. You know, you already know it's going to be one of those games that is going to thrive over time through DLC. I just don't know what I'm doing. I really just don't know what I'm doing here. Like, I know I gotta look for stuff.
Let's hope it's still standing.
But I'm at a loss for where to look for it at. Because I can't take... Oh, shit. I saw you, bitch. Oh, damn. Oh, shit. Okay. They really couldn't do more with the combat than that. Flashing the flash. I mean, I gotta say, those are pretty good flashlight mechanics they whipped up there, but... Oh, so this is the maintenance shed over here? There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Dog tag.
If only I... God damn it.
If only I... So wait, are these the dog tags of people who died in his unit? Like, was he in the military? Is that what they're trying to say? And that sequence where I was in Afghanistan, I'm assuming it's Afghanistan. I'm just assuming that it was in some Middle Eastern country. Let's just call it Afghanistan for now. So those sequences where I was in the battlefield in Afghanistan, is that him? Is that him and his squad in a battle while he was in the military? Again, I'm just making assumptions here. You are here. Maintenance shed. Okay. I'm finding everything but the parts that I need. Pressure gauge. Make an order for more valves. Can't beat to the last one for their steam donkey. And now we're out of spares. Stan. Hi, Stan.
Looks like we won't be getting in through here.
No. Or you could just, move that shit. I hate that in games when the character is prevented from making progress because of a pile of trash in his way. There's a survival horror game called Kuon. That game is the worst for shit like that. I mean, there would be pathways that were blocked by like a chair and 3 baskets. Literally, man. I would look at it and be like, how are you allowing this to keep you from making progress? Move that shit, bitch.
This again.
This again. Sergius. Oh, so sometimes the name is written on the back of it. I'm thinking back to the first movie, and if I recall correctly, there was like one of the stories was that there was like a serial killer who was killing kids or something. And I think the idea is that the killer was linked to like the witch. Like it wasn't the witch killing the kids herself, but was controlling somebody. Maybe that was why the second movie was the way that it was. Why it had that strong emphasis on the witch using other people to do her dirty work. And again, even by saying that, I'm basing that on speculation in of itself. Because who's to say the Blair Witch is a woman, and who knows exactly how her powers work, but that was just me sort of connecting the dots there. How do I get in here? Oh, I see.
Bullet! Bullet, fetch!
Oh, I see. So the dog can go in there and grab it.
One down, one to go.
One down, one to go. I kind of felt like there was a lot more shit we needed to find, but oh well. You are here. So is there something else in here? Or did I get everything? Alright, let's just assume that I got everything out of here.
Let's stick to the light, buddy. Should be safer this way.
Let's stick to the light. Alright, so we can't go that way because it'll be too dark. So I'll probably die trying to go that way without the cart. That's what they're trying to tell me. Steam Donkey. So do I gotta go all the way deep in the woods like that?
We need to close the valve somehow.
Okay.
Without a handle, it's letting the steam out.
Oh boy, okay. Camp A, Sawmill, Camp B. So maybe go back to Camp B. The maintenance shed is that way, but then what's this way? Fuck the light! So Camp B is this way. I think my guy's getting tired here. You know, I think the idea that you need to be around somebody to keep yourself from going crazy kind of makes sense. It does kind of make sense. Because if you're alone, then I can see how it could be very easy for a witch's magic to manipulate your senses. Like you're alone in the woods, then you start seeing shit. I'm just saying, I think that being around other people in a situation like this, even if it's a dog, would be great for your mental health. Because at least you have something else that's bound to reality. Like that ghost in the dress that I'm seeing might be a hallucination, but I know that this person next to me is real. This dog or this man, this woman, whatever the case may be. I know that. Oh, so I think that's where I fucked up. I think there's something here I need to get. But the question is, how do I get out? Yeah, because I got lost. I couldn't figure out how to get up there. Let's try again then. I will say, this has probably been my favorite part of the game. I think part of my issue with this game thus far is that it just felt like the game has been guiding me to all these different like mini set pieces. Like it's felt too scripted up to this point. And I feel like for the first time the game is just kind of giving me free reign to explore a larger area and to have to figure things out on my own instead of just going from point A to point B. Now it's like, okay, here's a relatively large environment for you to explore. And there's a puzzle for you to figure out, or you know, there are things you need to find. So get on that shit. And I like that feeling. Even when you look back at like Resident Evil 1, you know, when they pretty much unleash you into the mansion, it's that same sort of feeling. where the game really just takes you off of the leash and allows you to explore at your leisure, to make your own mistakes and failings or to figure things out. But I'm really fucked up here because I think I see where I need to get to, but I don't know how to get there. Maybe I need a dog to do something. Because this looks important right here. This looks important. They got all these lights here. So maybe you got to get on that log there. It just seemed like every time I think I know where I'm going, I can't do it. I can't like get there. Wait, I think this is it. I figured it out. Okay. So it was that log the whole time. That was the part I needed to pay attention to.
This one is barely holding up. Let's see if there's anything to salvage.
What up?
Bullet, search. Nothing there, huh?
I got nothing, dog. Who are you calling dog? Man, they got a lot of dudes posted up against the wall. That's for sure. Oh, hold up. I'm trying to turn it so I can see the name on the back. Jack. Okay, what's up, Jack? Oh shit, did I just phase through the thing? I don't think I'm supposed to be here. I might have fucked up actually. Okay. Oh, wait a minute, there's something over here. Now, what is this? Dog tag?
It's all my fault. They said it wasn't, but I know the truth. You're all... It's my fucking fault.
Oh, excuse me. Sipping some water here. So it seems like he got his squad members killed. So I thought maybe these were random dog tags, but they might be related to the soldiers that he knew when he was in the army or military. Now what is this? When I took the camera from that old fool, it was full of senseless chatter, but I saw it. I saw the things it can really do. Through it, I can look into the darkness and see the creatures that lurk there without being seen. Through it, I can see the things that escape my eyes. And through it, I can gaze back into the things I have done. It won't let me forget. Neat. Very neat. Now, where's the shit I need? I got a one-track mind, man. I know they didn't make me go all the way over here just for that. There's got to be something else. It's got to be something else.
See if you can find something, buddy. You got nothing?
Damn. He said, let's see what we can salvage. There's got to be something here.
This should do it.
Boom. Booyaka. Booyaka. Alright, let's go back home. Well, I said home. This ain't exactly where you want to settle down at. But yeah, this is definitely the best part of the game thus far. I think if they just tone down the hallucinating and the uh, going back through time, those military sequences, just tone that shit down. That's not the way. It's really not. Running around in the woods, scared to death, that's good enough. Believe me. Dude, you know what though? If you take this and combine it with something else, you can make it so much scarier. Like, imagine this, right? Like this basic setup, but combined with like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where like Leatherface is chasing you through the woods. Like you having to do all this shit, but Leatherface is chasing you through the woods, or something like that. You know, some type of killer. Oh man, this game would really be scarier if it was designed like that. Personally, to me, paranormal stuff just isn't as scary as just a regular guy trying to kill you or like a monster. Do I use the camera here? Yep. I'm a genius.
Okay, let's fix this thing and try again. Without blowing the gauge this time.
Hmm.
And the road's clear. Hop on, buddy. Back on track.
Oh shit, I did it.
Bastard.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Come on, buddy.
See, now that's how you create a part in a survival horror game. That's how you do a survival horror game scene. That's how you make a good survival horror game part. I would say level, but you survival horror games are really separated by levels. Maybe like Resident Evil 4 and 5 and 6. Separated by chapters. You know what's funny about Blair Witch 2? It's called, I think it's called the Blair Witch Project 2 Book of Shadows. But the thing is, there's not any mention of a book at all. Like, there's no book in the game. Like, I mean, not game. There's no book in the whole movie. Like, there's not one magic witchcraft book or anything like that.
I don't like him either. We'll be out of here soon.
So that's why we needed this, because I would have died otherwise trying to run through here. But yeah, there's no mention of a book at all. Why would they call it Blair Witch 2 Book of Shadows and there's no book? What was that?
Further.
Oh shit.
Bastards.
Damn. So I wonder what those things under the leaves are even supposed to represent.
Just a little further.
You know, typically when you see stuff like this,
Stay still, boy. Very still.
there's a reasoning behind it. That dog is chilling too. He like whatever. I saw a dog today had like 70% of his body hanging out the window in a car. I was like, that dog is like he's about to just hop out, bro. I wonder has a dog ever hopped out of the window?
Come on, buddy.
You know how people let their dog hang their head out of the window? I wonder if there's ever a dog that just said yippee and just hopped out to the road. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. I will return later with more Blair Witch, the game. So, see you guys later. Chapter 9.